So yesterday we had the upload showcase, which means we now have a vision of the future. Now, there's a lot of these games that are going to be literally dropping pretty much today, so we're going to talk about those as we go through it as well, and we're going to generally just talk about the whole thing, and then at the very end of this thing, which I urge you to stick around for, we're going to highlight some of the ones that I'm actually truly looking forward to, and kind of question a couple that I'm not really sure I understand the move on. Stick around till the end, that's where the spice will be. So first up we had MaskMaker coming out on December the 15th. This is a game I'm actually very intrigued by. This actually came out on Steam a while back now, but I actually never got around to playing this, and it's by the same developers that made A Fisherman's Tale, a game that if you haven't played you definitely should. I will be covering this hopefully around the 15th of September, so stick around for that. Next up we have Ancient Board Games. I kind of feel like the entirety of this is in the title. It's a bunch of board games that you can also play in VR. It's also coming to a bunch of other platforms like flat screen stuff, and this is coming in 2023, so I guess keep an eye out for this if you're excited for it. We then had Vail VR's announcement trailer. I'm guessing because they were a sponsor, they were a part of the showcase. Vail is a first-person shooter. If you're interested in something that's highly competitive and they're aiming to be an esport, then I guess that's going to be your shtick. That is already out. You can pick it up on Steam now. Next up, we had Across the Valley, which seems like they're sort of playing off the Animal Crossing Stardew Valley type sort of game. Looks kind of interesting. If you're looking for something very chill, I guess, then yeah, keep an eye out for this, as it will be coming to PSVR 2 and PCVR in 2023. Next up is Ghost Signal, coming from Fast Travel Games in 2023, early 2023. This is one of those games where you're sort of like a very how do you describe this? Very maintenance heavy game where you're going to get in there and direct around a bunch of space battles and stuff. I'll be honest with you, these kind of games aren't for me, but I know that there is a huge fan base for this type of thing out there, so if you're interested in this, this is coming early 2023. Next up we have Dyschronia, the episode 2. The first one of this came out a little while ago, and the new one is out literally today, December the 8th, so you can go pick this up for yourselves on Quest2, or it'll be coming out in PSVR 2, I believe, in February 22nd. So yeah, this is one of those games, if you're into your anime stuff, this is definitely going to appeal to you. I have tried it myself. It's fun, but I'm not massively into anime, so for me it kind of missed the mark a little bit, but I 100% get why people are going to love this game, and I think those that enjoyed the first episode are going to absolutely love this one. Little Cities. Wow, this game is the game that just keeps on giving. If you're into this, then oh my god, they've got another DLC coming out for free, may I add, from End Dreams and Purple Yonder. This is going to be available actually today as well, from the 8th of December. Today is a popular day as a whole lot of games are coming out on this singular day. But nonetheless, if you own this game, this is a free DLC to jump back into and get you into the Christmas spirit. So big shout out to those guys, because they keep dropping this free content for this game and looking after it, and I truly respect that. Next up is Divine Duel. This looks like a really interesting game. It has a mixture between sort of like a blast on vibe and a card game. I'm actually really excited to see what this one's going to be like. Yeah, I don't know. These are one of those games that could be great, could be not, who knows until we get to play them. One thing I will say is a huge positive. This is free to play and it's coming out early 2023, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for that if you're into something. And when something's free to play, honestly, you've got nothing to lose by giving it a go. So that's my theory on those games. To the next one. Next up we have a game that I am truly looking forward to, which is Everslaught Invasion. If you've ever played Everslaught on the PC, well, this is the co-op version of the game that's going to be coming to Quest2 early spring 2023. I am really looking forward to this. Like, if you've played this game before, you get it. It's fast-paced Doom action, and you're going to get to do that with a friend. The only thing I don't know at the moment is whether it's going to come to PCVR as well. I really hope it does, because honestly, like, a big part of this game for me was the fact that the graphics in this are absolutely stunning. So yeah, I just hope it's coming to PC as well, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Next up is The Cabin. This is an 80s style-esque wave shooter that kind of has a bit of a Stranger Things vibe to it at the same time. This game looks really interesting. The only thing I'm not sure about at the moment is the fact that they use the meta avatars in the game, which feels a little bit game breaky to me at the moment. I kind of wish they had their own avatar system, because it would look just slightly more immersive into the game. As we all know, the meta avatars are kind of a bit meta. Anyway, this game does look pretty dope. I do need to give this a go. It's in open beta currently, and I think it's slated to be coming out early next year, so keep an eye peeled for this one. Next up we have Requisition VR, which is currently available. You can go pick this game up right now. If you want to get into a zombie-filled world and build the most absurd contraptions you can possibly think of, then Requisition VR is definitely going to be the one for you. You can also get in with a bunch of friends and do some PvP action, so yeah, keep your eyes peeled for this one. It's pretty decent. Next up, we spoke about Pistol Whip and their new update, which looks pretty cool. It's kind of like a little bit of a slate of what they have coming up and what they've got going on currently leading into 2023. There's a bunch of interesting stuff here. I definitely recommend you go check this out. Yeah, there's not much for me to say about this. It's a game that's been out for a while. I do genuinely love Pistol Whip. If you want to get your John Wick on, then definitely check this out. It's kind of one of those games for everyone, you know, it's like an evergreen game that's for absolutely everyone to enjoy. Anyone I've ever shown this to has always come away from saying the same thing, which is like, wow, that's really cool. So yeah, go check it out if you haven't somehow already. Next up is the Runes Magus brand new DLC. Now I played through this on the channel and I honestly really enjoyed this game. As I said earlier, I'm not a massive anime fan, but honestly this world just sucked me in and it was just a very solid and interesting game to play. The new DLC is actually available currently for this, so go and enjoy that if you own the game because it is freaking awesome. Go check it out, Runes Magus. I still think I say that wrong every time. Next up is Straylight, coming out on the 31st of January 2023. Yeah, this game looks like something. I don't know what it looks like to me, but it kind of looks like we've gone back 6 years. But nonetheless, I don't know until I play this game whether I think it's going to be dope or not. I'm just giving you my initial impressions. Can't say I'm massively looking forward to this, but I'd be interested to know if any of you are in the comments down below. Aspera VR. I think I'm saying that correctly. This game actually looks kind of interesting. It's coming early 2023 to Quest2, and honestly it looks kind of like Command & Conquer meets Risk meets every strategy game. So I'm definitely intrigued by this, but I just don't know how it's going to work in VR. I guess we'll have to find out when it comes out, and yeah, that's a hard name to say. But nonetheless, keep an eye out for this one. Next up we have Survival Nation, which is coming out early 2023 on pretty much all major platforms. This is pegged to be an open world survival zombie-esque game where you can do a bunch of other things in it like fishing, exploring and doing a whole bunch of interesting stuff. Now I am very interested in this game. I have to say I'm not overwhelmed with the way that it looks, but nonetheless I'm very interested to actually get in this and just kind of see what it's like, because honestly you should never judge a book by its cover. When you actually get into something like this, it may turn out to be an incredible game. So I really want to hold judgment on this one until I get to play it. If it's done well, oh, it could be fantastic. We need a good open world game and something you can really chunk some time into. So I'm interested by this one and I'm looking forward to actually getting to try it so that I can figure out whether I like it. Now this is a game that I am looking forward to, Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders from Maze Theory is dropping in March the 9th and I am so ready for this. I got to play an early demo of this and honestly it's freaking amazing. If you love the show, you're going to absolutely adore this game. And even if you don't like this show, then I think you're going to find a place to enjoy it in this by playing it. It has that very Saints and Sinners-esque feel to this game, as in like it feels like you're doing your own thing even if you're being guided on a journey, and I like that. And there are choices to be made in this game and all of these things mixed together with the actual actors from the show doing all the voiceover work, so there's none of that sort of like, oh god, okay, someone's trying to be Tommy Shelby. It just works. This is one of those titles that I'm genuinely really looking forward to for next year. March is going to be real nice with this coming out. Next up we have Call of the Sea VR. This looks like a very heavily story driven game. I'm actually super interested by this one. Like these kind of games actually get me just a little bit interested because I like story driven stuff on flat screen and we haven't had a bunch of it really done well in VR. So if this is done well, this could be something incredibly special, and yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out this some more. Then we have Gambit. This is a game again you should be definitely hyped for. That drops today, the 8th, and oh my freaking god, mwah, this game very nice. If you want to get in and have like an after the fall type experience with 4 friends, this is the game for you. If you like stuff like Borderlands, very much lends its sense of humor from that, and the art style in this is very much almost lent from that as well. All in all, Gambit is a very solid game. Go and experience this. Do it. Next up we have Eolia. We have a brand new chapter from Eolia, which is actually pretty exciting. I'm not going to lie. I actually like this game quite a bit. It was one of those ones that I wasn't sure if it was going to be awesome, but it turned out to be actually pretty awesome and entirely playable with hand tracking. So definitely one to check out if you haven't already. Go get this in your life. Next up, we have the Signifier. Now, this game is slated to come out in 2023. I've got to be honest with you, this game looks really intriguing to me. It looks like it's a very murder mystery-esque type game. It does look like it might be a bit hard to stomach in VR in some of the scenes that they showed, at least in the trailer. But yeah, nonetheless, looks cool. I'm interested by this one. Then we have The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2, which is already out currently, so you can go buy that. If you're looking to play that, then do it, because it's a freaking solid game. Personally, I'm waiting for the PCVR release of this just because I want to experience it in its full glory, but nonetheless, definitely something to be excited about. Next, we have another game that's already out, which is Broken Edge. I don't think I need to talk about this much. I have a full review on the channel, but yeah, if you're interested in this, then check out my review and figure out if you want to play it or not. Next, we have Reality Interactive Game VRoom. Yeah, you have to hit VR in every single title, I guess. Yeah, well, this is a game where you can play any game within it with binding motion controls to your motion controls. So yeah, giving you the ability to play any game in VR. I don't really understand the purpose in this, if I'm honest with you. I don't know who they're aiming this at, but it's definitely something. Next up, we have a Ragnarock DLC. If you're into your drumming, this game's gonna be for you. I've never actually played this one personally, but I've heard from other people that it's a really solid game. And yes, free DLC, so can't go too wrong with that. Next, we have Propagation Paradise Hotel. This is coming out early next year for Quest and PCVR. I'm really looking forward to this. If you're looking forward to your horror, your exploring type of games, then this is going to be for you, and it looks freaking dope. Next up, we have We Are One, which is due to be coming out next year under the publisher of Fast Travel Games. This game is actually a really unique game. So you clone yourself, and you can repeatedly clone yourself in order to make a chain of events that is eventually make you succeed by killing the enemy. It's actually a really unique game. You can play this, I believe, on App Lab and SideQuest at the moment, so definitely go check this one out. Very interesting game. I look forward to that dropping. Next, we have the big hitter, in my opinion, of the event, which is Vertigo 2. This is coming out for PCVR. It's going to be coming out on the 30th of March, and I cannot freaking wait for this game. Honestly, super freaking dope. This game just looks so good. It's a fully fleshed out campaign. The first game was absolutely incredible, and I have high hopes for this one being exactly the same. Next up, we get into Joyway territory. We had Red Flowers, which I actually played for the channel yesterday, so you can go check out that video for yourself, which is essentially stride parkour meets ninja slicing and dicing. Now, I actually have high hopes for this game. I really think this could be something special if they pull it off correctly. Right now, you can play an open beta version of it, but it's quite rough around the edges, of course, because it's an open beta, but I very much look forward to seeing this when it's fully out. Next up from that, we had Stride Story Mode being announced, which is actually really freaking exciting. I can't wait for this game. I'm super duper hyped, and I'm going to be playing it very soon for you guys, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. Mirror's Edge in VR, essentially. Can't wait. We also had Stack coming in from Joyway, which looks like a Tron-esque sort of go at a game. I don't know about this one personally. It doesn't interest me very much, but it's multiplayer. Definitely exists, so go check it out if you are interested. And then to wrap up the whole show, we had an Attack on Titan VR game announcement. Now, they didn't give us any gameplay to do with this. All it was a bunch of After Effects titles, but nonetheless, it definitely intrigued me, because if done correctly, this could be a masterclass in what a game should be. I am, again, not a massive fan of anime or the show, but I know what it is, and oh my god, would I be down for experiencing flying around on gas-powered grappling hooks and slicing up freaking 12-meter tall badasses. Yeah, I'm super down for that. So experiencing it in virtual reality would be a massive win if they pull this off correctly. And there you have it, guys. That is all the games that are going to be coming out all the way into early 2023. Definitely exciting. I love seeing all of this stuff. I will say I did feel ever so slightly let down by yesterday's show, just because I was kind of hoping for more. The main things that I was excited for were stuff that was already pre-announced, and then we just kind of had like the other stuff to go in between things. Now, I don't want to poop on anything, because honestly, like, there is someone for every one of these games. You know, just because I don't care for it doesn't mean everyone doesn't care for it. That's evident because these games do sell and people do play them. But, you know, there are definitely some in there that I'm just like, really? A big part of why I'm excited for next year is the PSVR 2. The reason I'm excited for PSVR 2 is because I'm finally looking forward to developers having the freedom to develop for something again that honestly has high fidelity, high graphics, and hopefully a bit more of an in-depth game. I feel like everyone is feeling this strain right now, which is we love the Quest and what the Quest has done for virtual reality, and no matter how much you like it, I think we can all agree that we're ready for the next stage now. We've been stuck in what I want to call like party game territory for a long time now, and like the fatigue is there, and I'm one of the biggest advocates for VR, and even I can tell you, like, I'm feeling that fatigue recently of just the same thing coming out over and over again, and like nothing new, and it's frustrating, right? There are some games in there that you should definitely be checking out. I've definitely highlighted those throughout that list and given you those names that you can tell that I'm excited for. Things like Peaky Blinders, Gambit is another good one that you should definitely be checking out, Paradise Hotel. All of these games, they just look super freaking dope, and I can't wait to experience them. It's just a case of, at this point, like, we just need to get to that part of the year, February next year, get that PlayStation VR 2 out, start experiencing some really good stuff again, and I'm kind of hoping that that will spill over into everything else. And then I'm really hopeful that early next year, maybe, well, probably not early next year, it'll be mid to end next year, we'll get something like the Quest 3, giving us that hardware boost that we so desperately need to be able to make mobile VR really elevate itself as well. So don't take anything I say negatively. Like, I'm not pooping on the Quest. I freaking love my Quest. I use it every day of my life. It's sat right there and has been the main cause for me to be able to record for a very long time on the channel, but I'm just ready for that next stage now. Like, I'm interested to know, are you guys looking forward to that next stage as well? Is this what you're craving? Are you craving more substance in the game, less arcadey sort of chaff, and more solid gaming? And we need that, because it will be the downfall of our VR and the thing that we love the most if we don't get it soon. Because what's drawing new people in? There are no new IPs that we need happening. There's not a lot going on, and we need those IPs to draw new users in. It's very important. Anyway, sorry, that was my little ramble at the end. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Catch you in the next one. Peace.